Good morning and welcome to Preeta's Agribiome classroom. Myself, Dr. Preeta Shamrao Borkar, Associate Professor in Agricultural Microbiology, Department of Botany, Microbiology and Biotechnology, NES Science College, Nanded. Today, I am here with the new topic, Semi-conservative method of DNA replication. Earlier, we have seen three-dimensional structure of DNA as proposed by Watson and Crick in 1953. The DNA replication takes place in eukaryotic as well as prokaryotic cells in order to flow the genetic material from parent to the progeny cells. There are three postulated or three hypotheses of DNA replication. It was thought that the DNA could replicate either conservative or in dispersive mode or semi-conservatively. Before knowing whether the DNA replication takes place by which mode, three proposed methods we will be discussing here. So in semi-conservative mode of DNA replication, the two parent DNA strands unwind and the new daughter strand is synthesized on the template DNA and are segregated in two daughter cells. However, in conservative mode of replication, usually both the DNA strands from the parent undergoes unwinding and synthesis of new daughter strands. However, during the segregation in two daughter cells, the DNA strands from the parent cells again rejoin and is followed in a single daughter cell, whereas the newly synthesized strands rejoin together and are segregated in the daughter cell. In the dispersive mode of replication, the fragments of DNA are usually segregated into the two daughter cells. So the fragments of DNA undergoes synthesis of a new strand and the portion of the fragments is getting entered into one daughter cell and the newly synthesized one, both the strands newly synthesized is entering into the another daughter cell. So in this way you can see that this two daughter cells contains fragments of double-stranded DNA from parent and the newly synthesized one. Bessels and Stahl's experiment has been called the most wonderful experiment in biology. In semi-conservative replication, the double-stranded DNA helix is replicated in which each parent strand from the parent cell is segregated into the daughter cell. The parent DNA contains nucleotides and these nucleotides is made up of nitrogenous bases which contains nitrogen. The use of isotopic nitrogen to distinguish between the parent and the newly synthesized DNA has been successfully employed in this experiment. The isotope of nitrogen had an extra neutron in the nucleus which made it heavier and therefore N15, the heavy nitrogen, was used to isotopically label the DNA. In this experiment, Messelson and Stahl started with the culture of E. coli. He grew E. coli cultures in N15 medium for a period of time. After continuing, the cell extract of E. coli was subjected to cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation. He observed a single band of N15N15, which was heavy DNA. When few bacterial cells from replication cycle 1 were continued to grow in Erlenmeyer flask containing N14 medium, and after incubation, when it was subjected to cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation, it showed the formation of two bands. One band was the intermediate density, which contained N15 and N14, while the other band contained both newly synthesized strands and therefore had N14N14 DNA molecule. So these strands contained a hybrid one or a intermediate density one which carried N15 and N14. Again, he conducted the replication cycle 3, and after taking few cells, bacterial cells from replication cycle 2 and growing it in a medium containing N14 medium, they observed that the DNA was segregated from this two newly synthesized N14 DNA, and the daughter cells, both the daughter cells had N14 double helix structure. However, the other daughter DNA, which had the intermediate density of N15 and N14, when they segregated and replicated in the two daughter cells, one of the daughter cell had N14 DNA, however, the other had N15 and N14. As the replicative cycle progresses, the heavy DNA reduces by half, and gradually the intermediate density DNA fades away. So this is the Melselson's and Stahl's semi-conservative method of DNA replication. In brief, Melselsson and Stahl isolated the bacteria which produced a single heavy DNA band on cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation. When he transferred a portion of culture to a new medium that contained N14, and when DNA was isolated from these bacteria after one generation, they observed a single band that was lighter than the one obtained before. The heavy band was not observed in this bacteria. When the DNA was again isolated from the same culture after two generations, two distinct bands of equal intensity, one lighter and one heavier, was observed. These showed that DNA replication was semi-conservative. In each successive generation, the proportion of heavy strands is reduced by half, and the intermediate heavy and light band gradually fades with the successive generations of replication cycle. Here is an assignment for you. The question 1, do you expect the lightest band strand to become still lighter with further generations of replication? Please explain. Second assignment for you is, suppose the DNA replication were conservative, the parent strands separate, each makes a copy of itself, and the two new daughter strands come together as a new molecule and the old strands rejoin. Predict the results of Michelson and Stahl's experiment. Thank you. Hope you have understood the lecture today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask by email or type it in the chat box. Thank you.